in Tole da.
If you come back, we find you here, we're going to burn you alive.
So nifaki petrol bomb nina nisazi, nifuna ukusazi.
Hi pals, welcome to Tame's Vlog. This is an interactive platform where your opinion and views are most welcome. Feel free to express yourselves in the comment section. Please construct comments that are reasonable, that do not contravene the guidelines of this platform. And please kindly subscribe. Thank you. Cheers.
Hi everyone, welcome again to Tame's Vlog. Thank you for joining on this platform. Please kindly subscribe. Your subscription and likes add to the algorithm of this video, and they are highly appreciated. Thank you. And now to the topic of the day. Why are we Africans, eh? Why are we so intolerant of each other? Why? It's such a disturbing situation. Like, it breaks my heart. It saddens my heart, because we are people that call out every instances that we can concerning racial discrimination, about slave trade. But I've realized, at least I wasn't here in that time of slave trade and all that. I wasn't alive when it was so prominent. I wasn't born yet. But the one I have experienced, I have seen that we Africans are even more wicked towards each other. We would see in the news, we would beat each other. Our law enforcement would abuse power over us. In many cases, I'm not saying it's 100% of all of them, but I've seen so many cases that are so disturbing. I do not rule out the fact that there is racial discrimination for those who take advantage of how we treat each other, that anyway they don't treat each other well and they have that resentment towards us in our ways of doing things, and they treat us in ways that is also unpleasing. Nobody wants to be treated off, and when anybody treats another in an unpleasant manner, you still feel it, even if it's not as worse as what we actually do to each other. So I am not here to support racial discrimination. It is bad, and it is bad. But I have seen more black injustice towards each other than I have seen interracial discrimination. And the length in which we met out this abrupt treatments towards each other is just so saddening. This is a broadcast that is allegedly trending on Twitter. I would say allegedly the situation, because I wasn't there when it happened. Let's read together. It says, Muti bottles, people's underwear, wrist watches, knives, bras, slaughtered chickens, and other scary stuff were found on different sites after Deep Sleuth residents went on a rampage, destroying and burning churches belonging to Zimbabwean nationals. Now, let's go to the comments. I'm not sure why we Africans as well, we do a lot of things that look so corny, so, not all of us, but there are many of us. It's the numbers, not all and not most, but there is quite a disturbing number. Burning churches. The nature of the things we see in our place of worship is always sometimes very disturbing. We like so much magic and so much funny things, putting funny things together. The sight of these things do not even look good at all. But now the residents took laws into their hands instead of them to take it via the right channels to destroy and burn churches to the alleged Zimbabwean nationals. Now let's go further into the comment section. Okay, let's go. Now the comments said, why Zimbabweans? Are they the only foreigners in apartheid SA? And we know that there is an history. There is a history in South Africa of which they have termed xenophobia, which means black hate towards each other. Then the next person said they are the only ones openly practicing the kind of magic posted here. I think there are ways to do things. If you feel people are constituting a nuisance, there is a well-mannered way of going about it. Not with so much anger, with so much hatred, with so much with so much annoyance. I will show that video. The hate in which they were chasing the people out was so sad. Now let's continue. Those that dress in white garments, okay, let's start the comments from the beginning. It says they are the only ones openly practicing the kind of magic posted here. Those that dress in white garments and like to gather in open spaces. I hear from other Zimbabweans, those people gathering there don't even use a Bible, making the gathering a cult. I've actually seen this kind of gatherings in South Africa, in open spaces, open fields. If it's constituting a nuisance to the community, I think there are ways in which you can disperse the people, not in the way and mannerisms that we go about things. When I thought it's an ambushed place of worship, I'm not sure what this person wrote. Okay, now the Okapi and Bras. I guess he's making a comment towards some of the items, the objects that were found. This person said, black people and magic. We really need to polish our mentality as African people. We really need to. Another one said, more like Zimbabwean magic. Another one said, they even cook on the side of the road. Those poiky costs, and people are eating, stressless, not knowing horrors behind the scene. We really need to do better in terms of polishing ourselves as Africans. We are too local, like we act too local towards things. We act too uncivilized sometimes towards things. Cooking on the side of the road in a way that doesn't look well. It's not in a food cart. It's not on a decent spot, but just by probably the side of the road where there is a traffic light. I've actually seen these things. That's why I can say the way I'm saying it. But I cannot say these people are Zimbabweans. So why have we just stereotyped that it's a certain group of people? Now let me go to that video. This is the video. This one with people wearing this white garment. I'm not going to play everything because, I'll play everything, but it will be on silent. I just wanted to see the mannerisms. Then I would explain what was happening there.
What the fuck are you doing here?
Yeah, This, the mannerisms in what the person was saying was they should get out. Let's.
You must know that. Next year, you must tell your other people you are not coming back here in South Africa.
Can you
We
hear
just we are
that?
leaving December. We don't want you here. Take your
You're not. Look at the mannerisms. This is what they used to play for us on TV before as racial discrimination. It is now we black people doing this. Leave. Did you hear that? Leave South Africa. Tell your others not to come back here. Let me.
Go church in your countries, man.
Go and do church in your
Next year, we are
countries.
not coming back here. You must know that. Next year, you must tell your other people you are not coming back here in South Africa.
The
We are
viciousness.
leaving December. We don't want you here. Take your
The viciousness from the sound of their voice, the anger, the hatred. Just see, I think, and I know, this should not be happening. It's more like an expose, like the universe is exposing how we Africans even probably treated ourselves prior to the prominent racial discriminations that we accounted for, that are on the books that we accounted for. Because I believe if we loved ourselves and were united then, nobody would have that chance to come and oppress us truly in that time. But we also made, they probably saw, I wasn't there, but that's based on the events that I've seen of we African people, black African people treating each other so terribly. Ask an average African about somebody from Nigeria, they will say something terrible. Ask another African about somebody from another African country, they will have no hatred, pure hatred. It will always sound so hateful. I've seen so many Africans migrating to European countries, to countries that are dominated by white folks, and I've never seen this sort of things happening to them. They get opportunities, but it's African countries that will stage protests that other Africans should leave their countries. No, we need a rethink. We really need a rethink. I know people who are living in countries that are dominated by other races that we had labeled as the bad ones, as the ones who treated us bad. The Africans are doing way better. They are integrating into the system way faster. They are getting their documents and becoming a success in those communities, with no one threatening them that they do not want them in their countries. We can really do better as black Africans. We can really do better. We should heal ourselves first before concentrating on racism. In fact, I honestly believe that there would be no racism if we truly loved each other. And my opinion is that, like I've earlier addressed, but I will elaborate more on it now, that during the times of our forefathers in the olden days, I wasn't there, but from history, I had to read how black kings were treating other black people. We started slavery. We started on ending slavery, whereby a king will have slaves that are not redeemable for life. Their kids automatically became their slaves. And these people came to Africa and probably saw this kind of treatment that we were giving to each other and used it for their advantage. But when now it started affecting those that were previously doing that, we cried wolf. We need to do better as Africans. And this is not the first video that I'm seeing of this sort of things. I have seen countless ones of we Black people treating ourselves poorly. I will leave it at this for today. Cheers and bye. Let's do better. Thank you very much for listening in. Please kindly subscribe and like this video. It adds to the algorithm of this video. Cheers. Bye.